Programming in the tri-state area.
El hogar de la mayor variedad de programación en la área triestatal.
Programs by our community,
Nacidos en la comunidad,
for our community.
para el beneficio de la comunidad.
This is Higher Ground with Pastor Gary Grant
and First Lady Grant,
inviting you to tune in with us on WLIE 540 AM and online at WLIE540am.com every Saturday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. as we expound the gospel of grace. We're also here to pray for you. Remember, God is still blessing in this season.
Want to get your business, product, or service on the radio? Use our 10,000 watt signal to get your message to the entire tri-state area. Find out how to connect instantly at WLIE540am.com.
The views, opinions, and statements expressed in the following program reflect the views of program contributors and do not necessarily reflect the views of WLIE Radio, its management, or its sponsors. For questions and comments, please send us an email at WLIE540amradio@AOL.com or visit us at WLIE540am.com.
Who says being cheap is a good thing? CheapoAir.com. That's who. There's nothing wrong with getting more for your money with being smart with being cheap. Download, click, or call now to save on flights, hotels, and rental cars. Go ahead. Be smart. Be cheap. Book online or call 888-657-7773. And if you're not already a member, join the Cheapo Air Rewards program and get started with 500 instant points to use on future CheapoAir.com purchases.
CheapoAir.com.
Go ahead. Be cheap.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just got invited to the prom. Do you A, meet her date?
I need to see your past date report cards, your driver's license, a list of references, and this hair sample.
B, help her pick out a dress.
Don't you just love the long sleeves and turtleneck on this pantsuit?
Ugh.
C, attend the prom undercover.
Mom, what are you doing here?
I'm not Mom, I'm
Calvin, the new kid at school.
Or D, capture her big moment.
Let's take a photo of you two. I'm in the middle.
When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers. But that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Pastor Bill Shishko, inviting you to tune in to A Visit to the Pastor's Study every Saturday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. here on WLIE Radio. We bring biblically faithful pastoral ministry to you, and we invite you to visit the Pastor's Study by calling in with your questions. Our time will be lively, useful, sometimes controversial, but never dull. Join us this Saturday at 12 noon for a visit to the Pastor's Study, because everyone needs a pastor.
Cap off a weekend of watching sports by talking about it with Mark Rosenman and AJ Carter on Sports Talk New York. All the intelligent conversation, insightful interviews, and just plain fun are now right here on WLIE 540 AM from 7 to 8:30 Sunday nights. Visit their website, www.sportstalknylive.com, for previews of upcoming guests. Visit their Facebook page to win prizes. That's Sports Talk New York, Sunday nights from 7 to 8:30 on WLIE 540 AM.
The average time a resume spends on an HR manager's desk is 7 seconds, and most of them are tossed aside. Now imagine if one of those resumes belonged to Yasmin, who was
living in a shelter, juggling 3 jobs. I had to be resilient. That's something that you can't teach.
Or if that resume was from someone who
worked 12-hour shifts at the recycling company with my dad, who's 72. That taught me a work ethic that I carry with me every day.
We rely so much on a resume, yet it could never tell the full story of someone.
Growing up where I did, a lot of things could have gotten in the way of my goals, but I learned to push through, and that's what I bring to work every day.
So maybe it's time we look beyond the resume and look to Grads of Life. Discover new ways to develop great talent that are so much more than what's on paper at gradsoflife.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Grads of Life and the Ad Council.
Reformed Witness Hour is one of the oldest Christian radio broadcasts still on the air and spreading the good news of salvation in Jesus Christ by His sovereign grace. Tune in to 5:40 a.m. every Sunday morning at 8 to the Reformed Witness Hour, faithfully proclaiming God's Word for over 70 years.
It only takes a minute to find out if you may have prediabetes, and you can do it at doihaveprediabetes.org. But you're probably not going to. Nope. I'm sure you've got a perfectly good excuse. Kids, work. I get it. You're busy. So what better time than now? Let's begin. Raise one finger if you're a man. Ladies, none yet. Oh, count in your head if you're driving. Now, 3 more fingers for everyone over 60, 2 over 50, 1 over 40, 1 more if you're not physically active, another finger if anyone in your family has type 2 diabetes, another if you've got high blood pressure. If you're overweight, raise another finger, 2 if you're very overweight, and 3 if you're really overweight. You've just taken the world's first audio prediabetes test. And if you're holding up 5 or more fingers, visit doihaveprediabetes.org or talk to your doctor. There's no excuse because prediabetes can be reversed.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its pre-diabetes awareness partners.
Hi, this is Bill Shishko, host of HealthWise, 30 minutes to think about God and your health. Brought to you by your friends at Cottage Pharmacy, 8285 Jericho Turnpike in Woodbury, New York. Join us at 1 p.m. this Saturday here on WLIE Radio as we learn about nutrition, vitamins, supplements, healthy eating, diet, and so many other things. And you can call in to talk with experienced nutritionists who can answer your questions. Listen in this Saturday at 1 p.m. for HealthWise.
Check WLIE540am.com every day and find out what's happening in your community from one of the largest and most diverse radio stations in the tri-state area. Stay connected at WLIE540am.com.
Adopting a new pet is a rewarding experience. And shelter pets make super pets. Your new best friend will steal your heart, bring you happiness, and enrich your life for years to come. You can make a difference in the life of an animal. Adopt and bring home a shelter pet today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org. This message has been brought to you by the Humane Society of the United States, Maddie's Fund, and the Ad Council.
Fill my eyes with that double vision.
This is Double Vision, your vision, our vision, double vision. You want to join in, please do it, 955-5400. Darlene, hi.
Hi, Steve.
How are you?
Welcome.
Welcome, welcome. Yes, we're all here now. So,
you know, you remind me of something today.
What's that?
Don't be tardy for the party.
There we go. There we go. Well, we got somebody on the line that's been waiting who has a big event in March. Are you there, Kate?
Oh, yes, I am. Hi, everybody. Yes, I'm here.
Thank you very much for joining the Double Vision show here on WLIE 5400 AM. Please join us at 631-955-5400, 540 AM.
There you go.
And Kate, tell us about your event that's coming up March 29th.
Okay, we have a great event coming up on March 29th. It's Comedy Night, and it is at the Meadow Club in Port Jeff Station. We have 3 local, very popular comedians that will be there that night. It'll be Chris Monty, Talia Reese, and Carrie Karavis. And it's $75 per person, and that's for the dinner and the show. We're going to have raffles and door prizes. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And what kind of event is this for? It's a fundraiser. Tell us all about it.
It's a fundraiser for New Beginnings. New Beginnings is an outpatient rehabilitation center. We're a 501c3, and we have all modalities underneath one roof. We treat traumatic brain injury and all other cognitive and physical disabilities, and we also treat our veterans. We are TRICARE certified, which is the insurance of our veterans. All the resources we have are underneath one roof, which makes it easier for the client as opposed to the family members as well. We have occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech therapy, hyperbaric oxygen therapy, massage and Reiki therapy. We also have a structured day program. We have a nurse practitioner and a lot of resources which we help the families with so we can help them, guide them through the system.
Well, thank you. It sounds like a wonderful event. Again, real quick, how can people get a hold of you or get tickets to this event?
Absolutely. They can go online at www.nnbli.org. I'm going to say that again. It's www.nbli.org, or they can call us at 631-286-6166. And please join us. If you love to laugh and you like good food, just come and join us.
Well, thank you so very much. We'll join forces later on down the road. You have a great weekend. God bless.
God bless you too, and thank you for having us.
All right.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye now. We have a special guest here, and we have some music, I think, for her. I don't know who picked the music out. George, did you pick this music
No,
out?
buddy. You sent it to me on the rundown.
Okay,
all right?
Darlene,
Don't
did you
try to
pick
play it
this-
off like
did
it
you-
wasn't you.
did you pick
I
this
wish
movie?
I did, but I love it.
Well, you can't expect the guidance counselor from Lynbrook, who's running for office, who's done
Marky
all
Mark.
these kind of things, to pick this Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
That's right. Don't forget the Funky Bunch.
Yeah, I can't get. So you didn't pick it out, Darlene?
No, but I used to dance this song in club all the
George,
time,
you
so I
didn't-
have
you
my
didn't
whole
pick this
show.
music out, George?
Oh, you know me. I'm a big Marky Mark fan. My
I
man. It
didn't
was-
pick this music out.
Okay.
Sue,
George, you didn't have to say it. I
You're
knew
here
that.
for 10 minutes, and
You can tell by
what's
looking at
up
me.
with the song, Sue?
Yes, I love that song, and
Great song.
it is a great song. When it comes on, I was trying to think of what song is whenever it is on. Is it? I won't change the channel, and that was it. That's what came.
Well,
to
it's
me.
definitely a high energy song, and
It is.
you're a high energy person.
I
And
am
tell
a
us a
high
little bit about yourself so our listeners know all about you.
Yes. Well, as you said, I am a high school guidance counselor. I've been a high school guidance counselor for 16 years. And this past election cycle, I ran for town council in the town of Hempstead. Ultimately was not successful in my race, but I ran with some great people who were, and, trying to bring some change to our town and our county, and we had a great time.
I
So-
think we have one on the phone who did get elected. And I think
Yes.
she has to go. So if you want to get to
Okay,
her, we're gonna get to her.
Sylvia Cabana, are you there? Sylvia, you there?
Try again. Try again.
Hi, Sylvia, you there?
Hello.
Hi, Sylvia. Welcome to Double Vision, WLIE 540 AM.
I think we lost her there.
We lost her here. All right, so
No,
talk
no.
about a little bit more
Sorry,
of what
Sylvia.
you do. So call back.
Right now, we're keeping busy. We're staying involved. We're giving back to the community. I've always been, like you said, high energy. And actually that song, I think, sums me up as well. I'm not going to mention, but you were late, and it was going to be the Darlene and Sue show if you didn't get here.
Okay.
So,
I got
I was
you.
taking
So,
over.
I got you. Okay. So the secret is out. I see that. All right, Sue, there goes our friendship. Well, there we go.
All right, take that selfie off of Instagram.
But Sue, talk,
I'm totally just messing with you.
talk about the work that you do at Lynbrook High School.
Yeah. So, so like I said, I've been there actually for 11 years. I work with grades 9 through 12, and we do all facets of working with our students and transitioning them to high school, and then away from high school into their options beyond a high school career. What's great about Lynbrook is that we get to work with all different students, and it's definitely awesome.
Sorry.
Yeah. No.
We had a.
Okay,
We're
so the work that you do in the high school, why is that so meaningful to you, and where do you see 2018 going for your school specifically?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's definitely very meaningful. Again, because we have, we work with our students throughout their entire career there. So we're with them through 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, which is really nice because we get to build relationships with the students, with the families. Our caseloads are done by Alpha, so that we tend to have siblings that are from the same family. So we really get to know our families over the years, which I think is great, because then we become part of their lives, and you get to know the history and really work and get to help them in their formative years, which is awesome.
I have a question for you, since I have a son that's going to be heading that way
Yes,
soon.
nice.
How involved are guidance counselors with children when they are starting to select colleges, and do you help them prepare for submissions into colleges and things like that? Because I remember back when I was in school, I don't remember the involvement being, I think, like it is today.
Yes, it's totally different. And when I think back to my college, I feel like we sat in a conference room and they maybe threw a book or an application or something at us, and like that was kind of it. It's totally different nowadays, and especially here on Long Island. College admissions is so competitive. I would say we're in like the hotbed of admissions, so that there's so much pressure around it, and we even see that down to like our middle schools, that they're already, when they're thinking about accelerated courses and things like that, college is already on the brain.
Right.
So yeah, we definitely have a big part in that. We do lessons with them in 10th grade to start gearing them up for the college search, building a resume, making sure they get involved in activities. And then for 11th grade, we sit down with the parents and the students. We have a 2-period meeting with them, going over all their options, what they're going to need to do. It's so complicated nowadays to apply to college. And there's so many steps that you need to do just to remain competitive, in that. So we definitely, we do a lot at Lynbrook. We walk them through every step of the way.
It's good to know.
And you do a lot of volunteer work. How important is volunteerism, and specifically, what exactly do you do?
Yeah, well, definitely I'm involved. I'm the president of the Nassau Counselors Association currently. We are an organization made up of K through 12 counselors and high school counselors. And we run college fairs, we run workshops, we run conferences, and basically support the profession and support the families and the students in our area. I've been on that exec board for 15 years. So that's something that I've definitely always been involved with right from, when I graduated, from my master's program. And I love doing that. I'm also involved in my local community on the North and Central Merrick Civic Association. I'm part of the Neighborhood Watch program there. Which is basically just informing our neighbors. And
when do you sleep?
I don't, and I also have a 2 and a 5-year-old. So when I was running for office, my time was a little, sleep was the thing that kind of went by the wayside. But I've always been someone who has functioned better when I'm busy. If I know I only have an hour to do something, it will get done. If I have all day to do it, it won't get done.
Well, it's like the same thing. When you have one errand to run, you don't do it. When you have 50, you
get it done.
Go
right.
Figure.
Yeah, 100%.
Go figure.
So I just came from the swearing-in ceremony of Maxine Broderick.
Yes, big fan of Maxine.
Talk about your relationship with Maxine.
I love Maxine. I should have, got her to call in, actually.
And that's why
Send her a
I'm
little
late.
text.
So just so you know, okay?
So we're blaming Maxine.
No,
We're
not
not
Maxine. Myself. It was a beautiful ceremony.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of hers. All throughout the campaign cycle, and actually, I met Maxine very early on. I don't know if you guys are aware, but to get on a ballot in New York State, you have to have petitions signed. So during petitions, Maxine was out of my house doing petitions with us. I do have to say she was probably one of the hardest working candidates that was out there this year. Because as a judge candidate, it's a little hard to campaign because you're not allowed to talk about issues, right? You can't take a position on anything. You can just explain who you are, what your background is. But Maxine was at every single event. She's amazing. She's amazing.
She is
I'm
amazing.
so happy that she got elected.
She's also on the board of the Boys and Girls Club.
Yes.
And today there was 5 judges, all women judges.
That's
taking
awesome.
It was really a beautiful thing. Well, we have a caller, Eileen from East Meadow, that wants to talk to Sue. Eileen, are you there?
I am here.
Welcome to Double Vision. What's your thoughts about Sue Mahler?
Well, it's very interesting because Sue and I met a little bit before the summer. I would say probably April, May. Yeah. And, it's funny. I couldn't imagine my life without her being in it. Aww. We truly became fast friends. And I think one of the reasons why we kind of meshed so well is, we're so like-minded in our thoughts and our commitment and our passion to our community and how we really do feel that local government has failed us. We've gotten so close that we kind of have been coined the Thelma and Louise of Nassau County, and we had a lot of fun with that over the summer.
Yes, because Eileen ran for legislature in the 13th LD. So our districts overlapped, and we were Thelma and Louise. That is now our coin phrase.
That's very cool.
Well, we want to thank you for calling in Double Vision, and hopefully one day we'll get to meet each other here on the show.
I look forward to it, and I'll tell you,
Eileen would be fabulous.
The young lady that you have sitting in front of you is destined for great things. So we're going to keep an eye on her.
Destined for great things. Are you going to remember us?
She's going to remember you. I'm going to be by her side.
Oh, okay. All right. So we'll make sure, Eileen. We'll track you down.
And if you guys think I have high energy, Eileen and I are one and the same. If you like me, you like her. If you like her, you like me. We are the same people.
Oh, there we go. Thank you, Eileen. This is Double Vision, your vision, our vision, WLIE, 540 AM, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. If you want to join in, please do it, 631-955-5400. We have our new town clerk of Hempstead on the line. Sylvia Cabana, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. How are
Thank
you?
you so very much, and sorry about that little snafu before. That's probably
Oh,
my
I'm
fault.
so sorry. I have to race into a meeting, so I just wanted to say hello.
Yeah, it's
Hi, Sylvia.
Sue's in here. Talk
Hi,
about Sue a little bit. Tell everybody about Sue and her.
Oh, Sue was amazing. Sue and I ran together. We were, Town of Hempstead, we ran as a slate. There was Laura Gillen running for supervisor. I was running for clerk. Sue Muller was running for town council, District 6. And Doug Mayer, what district was that, Sue?
District 4.
District 4. So, yeah, we were the, entire Democratic Town of Hempstead slate. And, basically, even though, Sue wasn't successful, but I mean, she is in large part why, we were victorious, because she really bought out the vote in her district area. You see, she's so high energy. She would be knocking at every door and trying to convince every Republican to vote Democrat.
And she's not someone that you can easily forget. That's for sure.
Thanks.
No,
Wow.
Right. And, same with Eileen Napoleon. I mean, it was very much of a group effort. The thing is, since we were running town-wide, we had other more Democratic areas in the district, right? Like we had Elmont, we had Uniondale, we had Hempstead. That was all included in our vote count. Sue's area is extremely difficult, for a Democrat. It's just extremely difficult. But she certainly bought out a lot more of, votes. She got a lot more votes than like any other Democrat that's ever run in that area. So, she has such passion and conviction. We're hoping that she runs again one day.
That was my next question. Would you consider running again?
Yeah. I mean, obviously I'm keeping my options open. I'm pretty excited about some races coming up this year, next year, working behind the scenes. Obviously we're going to do what we can to keep, Sylvia and Laura in office. Sylvia got to marry her first couple the other day, which is so
very
exciting.
Married people, today. So yesterday I went to a senior folks home and we celebrated a woman turning 90.
Wow. God bless her. That's amazing.
Wow. Yep. And then today I'm in a classroom with like 8-year-olds.
That's so cool.
Yeah. And also you just came from the ceremony for all the new judges, family court judges, and Maxine Broderick. Real quick, what's your thoughts about that?
It was so beautiful. I mean, the stories, like, of course, I was like in tears. People, lost. Maxine was a foster child. Linda Mejia's father died in a car. It was just all very emotional, but very beautiful.
And very humbling.
Elizabeth Fox McDonough and her daughter gave a speech, introducing her mother. I mean, it was just very beautiful, very, very nice to hear them.
Well, that's
awesome. Good that I didn't have to speak.
I know. I'm so sad I missed it. Aww.
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you all about it, Sue, since I was a little late here.
It was beautiful. Usually Sue is at everything that she can be. Actually, next Friday, I get to go to Sue's son's classroom and read a book.
Oh, wow.
I know. I'm so excited. Ryan's so excited. He keeps saying, Mommy's friend Sylvia's coming to my class. I'm very excited.
Oh, they're so cute. They're so cute. Like that age group, they're just so cute. So I'm excited to do that. That type of work as a clerk to do is just, it's just great to just, meet and see like the children. And it's just, that part is very special.
Yeah. And Sylvia's going to be great at that.
A little difficult.
Yes. Well, we want to thank you for calling. We know you're very busy going to a meeting.
Thanks, Sylvia.
Sue and I'd like to come sometime with Sue, and we want to discuss, the children's issues and everything. And I do want to get more involved with your organization.
Right.
So,
and the Hempstead Boys and Girls Club, Sylvia.
Yep, I know. Yep. Absolutely. I would love that. I would love to do something with them. That would be awesome.
Well, we want to thank you so very much.
Sure.
It's, really, you become fast friends. And Sue, welcome here. This is a really.
No, I will talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. Thanks for calling.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
This is like coming home for you, Sue.
Exactly.
And talk about everybody that you ran with.
Yeah.
I mean, it's impressive.
It was, and really, I mean, we all became a family. Eileen Napolitano was my family. Sylvia's my family. Laura, Gillen, and we have Laura Curran. The entire Dems slate this year. Again, Maxine. Everyone was fabulous. We were all in it for the right reasons. We were all just everyday people looking to bring, change to the town of Hempstead, to Nassau County. The Oyster Bay team had a wonderful slate as well. It was really, honestly, one of the coolest experiences that I've ever had. The day after election, it was a little anticlimactic, and, I was, I had a pity party for a while, and then, you snap out of it and you got to, move on. And now I'm looking forward to, doing what I can and working on races, for this year and staying involved and being active, and that's how you keep going,
Right. And what would be your message for young people? You work in high schools, and you read all the Newsday, the problems in Hempstead, the gang violence, the arrests that just came up today. What would be your advice to young people to kind of stay in the straight and narrow?
Yeah, well, and that is something that obviously we're very concerned with in our area. In Long Island in general, we need to have outlets for students. We need to have healthy outlets. I mean, even when I was growing up, I grew up in Merrick as well, and live there now. And there's not a lot of options for kids to, what do you do when you want to go, hang out on Friday night or go somewhere? There's no good options for them, right? So everyone's, going to the schoolyards and drinking, or, getting involved with gangs, or, we need to do a better job as a community at large to provide better, safe, outlets for students,
right?
That they'll want to do,
Right. And what about, students that are challenged with a disability or have a learning disability or classified? What kind of support is out there at this point?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's definitely tons of resources. I think the trick is to make sure you connect them with those resources.
Right.
Something for us over in Nassau County, we connect all of our seniors once they're graduating with Access VR, which used to be the old VESID. That's definitely an organization that we rely on to help our students, whether it's supportive employment or they've taught some of our kids to drive who hadn't learned how to drive and things like that, because it runs the gamut of people who need supportive employment or people who just need maybe job coaching or just training in something to get to get that first job or to get that experience. One of the cool things actually with the election as well is I connected with a lot of the unions, so like the AFL-CIO, the sheet metal union, and Teamsters and CWA. They all have apprenticeship programs. That's something that we at the school should really be pushing more.
Right.
So for my professional, career, I'm trying to look for a way to connect with that and get, the unions in, because for our non-college bound kids, apprenticeship programs would be great. If they can get sponsored into a union, then they're set. So that'd be pretty cool.
Right. It's amazing. How can people get a hold of you if they have further questions about academics, even college questions? I mean,
and then to vote for you next year.
Yeah. So luckily,
I
we're the
no
town
doubt
of
you're
Hempstead.
coming back.
Oh,
And you have
you.
to with all these
Thank
wonderful
you. Luckily,
envisions
I wouldn't
going
be up
on.
for an election next year, although I am getting pressured to run for school board. I don't think I'm going that route. But the town of Hempstead District 6 race luckily is in 4 years, so I get a little bit of a breather and get to
Still
do
gonna
that.
do amazing things until then.
Thank you. But my website actually is still active and was lexsuemuller.com. My contact information is on there. My Facebook page is still there, Lexu Muller, Lexu Muller at Facebook. And, I'm not taking it down. I'm still posting on it. Again, I haven't let go yet. The pity party is still sort of continuing. I lied when I got over it before. And again, it's keeping my name out there. So that's where they can find me.
Well, you're a wonderful person. We've been friends for
Thank
so
you.
long. I want to thank you very much for all the work that you've done, and
thank
for
you.
others too, for children, students, and for people in the community. Wonderful, wonderful.
And we just want to mention that you're a volunteer and advocate for celiac disease awareness. So that's a wonderful thing too.
Thank you. Yes. That was how I sort of first got involved in all that stuff. Yeah.
Well, Sue Moeller, you come back one day on the Double Vision, and we're going to take a
Definitely. I
quick
love you
break
guys.
and more exciting stories when we return.
The views, opinions, and statements expressed in the preceding program reflect the views of program contributors and do not necessarily reflect the views of WLIE Radio, its management, or its sponsors. For questions and comments, please send us an email at WLIE540AMradio@AOL.com or visit us at WLIE540AM.com.
Hi, this is Bill Shishko, host of Healthwise, 30 Minutes to Think About God and Your Health, brought to you by your friends at Cottage Pharmacy, 8285 Jericho Turnpike in Woodbury, New York. Join us at 1 p.m. this Saturday here on WLIE Radio as we learn about nutrition, vitamins, supplements, healthy eating, diet, and so many other things. And you can call in to talk with experienced nutritionists who can answer your questions. Listen in this Saturday at 1 p.m. for Healthwise.
Download our free WLIE 540 AM app and get all the information you need right on your smartphone. Find our app at WLIE540am.com or visit the App Store right from your phone. Our way of saying thanks for listening to WLIE 540 AM.
Cap off a weekend of watching sports by talking about it with Mark Rosenman and AJ Carter on Sports Talk New York. All the intelligent conversation, insightful interviews, and just plain fun are now right here on WLIE 540 AM from 7 to 8:30 Sunday nights. Visit their website, www.sportstalknylive.com for previews of upcoming guests. Visit their Facebook page to win prizes. That's Sports Talk New York, Sunday nights from 7 to 8:30 on WLIE 540 AM.
The Reformed Witness Hour is one of the oldest Christian radio broadcasts still on the air and spreading the good news of salvation in Jesus Christ by His sovereign grace. Tune in to 540 AM every Sunday morning at 8 to the Reformed Witness Hour, faithfully proclaiming God's Word for over 70 years.
You're listening to WLIE 540 AM, Islip, New York, a part of Universal Stations, LLC.
The views, opinions, and statements expressed in the following program reflect the views of program contributors and do not necessarily reflect the views of WLIE Radio, its management, or its sponsors. For questions and comments, please send us an email at WLIE540amradio@AOL.com or visit us at WLIE540am.com.
Who says being cheap is a good thing? CheapoAir.com. That's who. There's nothing wrong with getting more for your money with being smart with being cheap. Download, click, or call now to save on flights, hotels, and rental cars. Go ahead. Be smart. Be cheap. Book online or call 888-657-7773. And if you're not already a member, join the Cheapo Air Rewards program and get started with 500 instant points to use on future CheapoAir.com purchases.
CheapoAir.com.
Go ahead. Be cheap.
Fill my eyes with that double vision.
Welcome back to Double Vision. And we just had a great guest on the show, Steve, Sue Mahler.
Wonderful, wonderful person. And she is well connected in the school system and in the community.
And she's great. And if anybody wants to call in for this next segment, it's going to be on Fitbit. You can reach us at 631-955-5400. Facebook, Double Vision at WLIE 540 AM. Tweet us at any time at Double Vision OA. Website, doublevisiononair.com. And WLIE540am.com if you want to live stream.
And you can check out Double Vision, our cable show, every Saturday morning from 6 to 7
That's right.
a.m. on channel 115 on Optimum Cable. So if you're up early, check us out.
Okay, so we're going to get into this because it's 2018, right?
Yep.
And everyone starts the new year with New Year's resolutions. And, you know, I'm going to read a book. Steve, I can't see you. It's over here. I'm going to read a book. I'm going to cook more. I'm going to be nicer to someone. But, you know, more importantly, it's our health. So everyone wishes that in the new year that they're going to start working out. They're going to join a gym. And I just turned 50. Yeah. Fabulous.
Yeah.
Yay.
And you look great.
Oh, thank you. And, you know, working out has always been a part of my life. However, it's not very easy for people to do. So, and as we get older, it gets harder and harder. We get busier and busier. So it's hard to find time. And I came upon a device, a tracking device last year. I invested in a Fitbit. It is a activity tracker for anyone that doesn't know, and it's pretty fantastic. It's like a watch, and it just it tracks your daily activity, your cardio, your steps, your water intake, your heart rate. It's just something that has been life-changing to me and life-altering. And what's so crazy about this Fitbit is they have a portion of this that is a community. So somehow I have reached out to this community of Fitbitters, and I have been sucked into this cult. I like to say it's a cult.
Hey,
it's a cult.
Watch it, ladies.
So
we sucked you in.
So I know how it happened, but you can invite people in to your challenges. And I got invited into a challenge, and there's this cult. And the cult right now, it consists
Cult of
of, because
personality.
I have everyone's names here. So we have Steve W., Catherine P., Lucia, Claudia, Susan R., Carolyn F., Gabriella, myself, and Debbie B.
Debbie.
Debbie B. So I don't know how we all connected in Fitbit, but I wanted people to understand that it is more than just a life or a health tracker. It's actually a support system.
A friend maker.
Are you going to cry?
No.
It is.
These people mean everything to me.
It is. It's a friend maker. And so when it's hard to work out, you guys you can taunt people. You guys have kind of reached out and made this group, made a family. And I know Steve has done a lot of research on Fitbit. And what I want to know is why this is so great to you.
Well, first off, is I think you hit on it just perfectly. Is that it's a support group. It's a bunch of friends. And like Darlene, I talk to you like almost every day we communicate. It's only the second time I've seen you. So I feel like you're my sister, because we know what goes on in each other's life. You share what you want to share.
Right.
But it's become such a group. We help each other. We talk to each other. Some people look at it as a competition, but, and that's okay. But we really talk to each other. We help each other. We see each other. I know everything that's going on in everybody's lives.
Right.
Now, some Fitbit groups are anonymous, where you just check in, but it's because that we have these relationships outside of Fitbit as well.
Right.
I think a friend of mine, Faith, introduced me to Fitbit, that introduced me to your group.
Right.
And then I invited some of my friends from Kings Park. I have Kathy and Susan R. across the street,
right,
and a few other people, and very different people. I mean, extremely different people, but we have this one thing in common. And for me, Fitbit really isn't about the exercise. It's about the friendship. And that's what social media does. It helps bring people together in a way that you can't. You get to share your lives, how much you want to share. And that helps give you motivation.
So if it's not about the exercise, why do you always win the challenges?
Well,
he doesn't always win.
Well, I have
No, you two are very good.
Supergirl right
Yeah,
here
you do.
who kicks my butt every week, just about, except when she lets me win.
But you know, and it's just so interesting because we all go through our share of ups and downs, and this really does help you get off the chair. And I know you have an office job, and so the Fitbit reminds you, get up, do your 250 steps in the hour, and you get up and you walk around. And I know Lucia, we're not going to say this, but okay, we are going to say this. She has a very important job, but she gets up and she walks around a desk, right? The desk in her office, and they all think.
And she sent video, so I know she does this.
Right. So, it's incredible. And I don't know if we have anyone on the line. George, do we have anyone that's called in? We don't know.
Well, how does the support group work? Talk about what's the support that you all give one another.
So what happens is that you have things called challenges.
Okay.
And then what happens is that you challenge people to be part of this group, and Fitbit counts your steps, how many steps you have. And so exercise is reflected in steps. It's like a unit of measure of exercise. And so you're on this board, and it ranks you according to how many steps you get in that challenge. And so we challenge the same group of people every week. The group that Darlene had mentioned. And so what happens is if you're traditionally a leader and you're not a leader this week, everyone will say, hey, what's happened? You're taking it easy this week. You're okay. And then you start talking about it. Sometimes people have injuries. Sometimes people are having a great time. They're just not going out and stepping. And that's how the conversation starts. It's like, well, how come you're doing so well? How come you're not doing so well? Then you start talking about your life.
Okay.
And it is pretty cool. In fact, in work, Darlene was saying about getting 250 steps an hour. At first, everyone thought I was nuts at work. I mean, they still think I'm nuts at work, but that's okay. But what happens is now half the people in work have Fitbits. It's kind of infectious because people ask you about it, and it sucks you in little. Like I was 220 pounds when I started Fitbit. Now I'm about 165 pounds.
Nice.
Wow. And that's in how long?
That was about 2 years.
I was going to say about 2 years.
But it's
a healthy way of losing weight.
Exactly.
Right.
And it's that you're body adjusts to your lifestyle. People try to get their body to change to a style which isn't their lifestyle, and it doesn't work. And so Fitbit creates a happy environment for people to have fun, laugh, and joke. Some people do really well, some people are just learning, and it goes through a phase. So when I first started out, I might have gotten 10,000 steps a day, if that. Now I've
we're up to like 20,000, I think, today.
That's because you're trying to follow me.
Well, Catherine is definitely an alien. She's
Yes, she
definitely
is.
from another, because you just have so many steps. It's incredible to keep up. And I just, I remember there was a time we were
But
wondering
you
how to
do.
cheat it. I try. But what I have to mention also
Wait, what? You thought I cheated?
No, remember there was a time when we were all like, how could that be possible? And we were looking, right. But no, you're truly an athlete, and you look it, and it's really nice is you've also have invited us into walks, and I know you guys do a lot of nature walks, and excuse me, you've also I think we have Lucia on the line. Lucia, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi,
and
Lou.
you guys have also
Hi.
did you run a 5-mile marathon together, Lucia?
No, I didn't run anything. I walked. I'm not bionic woman like Kathy and Steve.
Okay, so but I do know you all got together for these
A walk,
lovely
yes.
for
Kathy
a
walked with
walk.
me.
And and it's just incredible. Now, Lucia, are we allowed to say where you work and who you work for?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
Not a
so
problem.
are we going to say that Wink supports you?
Yes, Wayne Wink supports me 100% in my crazy habits and ways, including all my coworkers, which some of them have gotten into another group with me. So yes, they're all used to the crazy Lucia at work doing crazy things to get extra steps.
Oh, what? Lucy's cheating on us with another group? What's going on here? I didn't know about this.
See what radio does? It brings people together.
And tears them apart.
But let me ask you a question. Is it
get Steve involved with
Are you
this now.
supporting each other, or is it competitive?
It's both.
So talk
It's
about
both.
that fine
Let-
line.
Let me tell you how I started. Actually, Darlene hit me up first. I just started it. And then we ended up with Steve, and we used to stay up till midnight just to try to win, no matter what you do. But we'd joke around about it. We'd have a lot of fun about it. But yes, it's competition. If you had no competition, you wouldn't push yourself farther. So the competition is definitely a fun part of it, but we became friends.
Right. And the groups that you guys are involved in, are they closed support groups, or are they open, or just anybody that can join in?
You
or?
can only have 10, and we have our 10.
So you have so like Steve mentioned before, there are anonymous groups that you can join when you want to
Gotcha.
just challenge other people, or there's groups like this one, which is a highly advanced one that it's crazy. But it's interesting. I think you would really enjoy it. I think for you, because you're such a social person, Steve, and you really like to get out there and meet people, and your background. I think it's something you should we should get you involved in.
Well, I'm getting inspired right here.
Yeah, because we like our lasagna at Christmas.
Right.
You like to
And not
cook.
everybody has to be bionic women like Kathy or bionic men like Steve. I'm just a normal person. But you know what? It changed
You're
my
not
life
normal.
because I lost 30 pounds.
Everybody here is saying you're not normal here.
Well, definitely not normal. No, I agree with that.
We love
But what's great is you also had injuries, Lucia, and when you were down in the dumps and your steps were really minimal, we were all reach out. How are you doing? What's going on?
Oh yes, definitely. We've actually become friends. I have a lot of health issues, and I have to say, when I'm doing good, and then all of a sudden those health issues kick up, and then you fall behind, and then you don't want to do it again because you just fall off. You're either working out and doing great, or something comes up, and then you fall behind, and you don't get back on that horse if you're not athletic every day anymore. And they always kept me going, and I looked at it differently. It wasn't like go to the gym and have to work out for a straight hour, go run 5 miles. I couldn't do that physically. I looked at it as steps. I broke it down as steps. Oh, look, Catherine has 2,000 more steps than me. I can do that. I can catch up.
Right.
And I would push myself to catch Catherine.
And you lost.
And then, yes, Catherine would jump 10,000 steps ahead of me, but it made me push myself to want to catch that person, and they pushed me to be a better me.
But Lucia, you also lost about 40 pounds in the beginning.
I've lost 30. It was like I was up to 33 about, and due to steroids for the last month, I put a little back on, and I'm having some issues again. But that's okay because a bad day is walking 6 miles a day. a good day is walking 30 miles a day because that's how crazy this group is.
But you feel
And
better.
We've done it.
Right. And you feel better. And it really has changed because you were, with your health issues and everyone is really, held together. And I think you're doing much better. And I think you're much healthier than when you started.
Oh, regardless of even putting on a few pounds back and not doing the 30 miles a day, I'm still a better health and a better active person now. It doesn't matter. It changed my whole life, the way I do things.
Well, just for the record, I met Lou's boss, and she says that she's wore a hole around the carpet around her desk by doing laps over and over and over during the day.
So she isn't cheating. We weren't sure.
And so I think she has to buy a new carpet.
Well, this is Double Vision. Your Vision, Our Vision, Double Vision at WLIE 540 AM, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. If you want to join in, please do it. 631-955-5400. We're talking Fitbit here. Yeah. But what's the difference between what you guys do and joining a gym and different things? Or is there a diet? There's a regimen that you follow? And what's the whole plan here that you guys create?
No, we're all different. We're just a group of people that would not normally be friends, probably, if we met each other on the street.
Gotcha.
But we came together through Steve primarily, and we became friends, and we all would get on the chat and say, how do you get your steps? How do you get your steps? And one person would get it with tennis, one person would get it with walking, with running. So we'd compare, like, you get so many steps. What do you do? I want to do that. So it was kind of like we feed off each other, bounce off each other, and then we will talk about other things like diet and stuff. But it's just a very close-knit group of people now that over 2 years has developed. We had people come in and out. They didn't fit in. They kind of faded away. But the group that we have now are 10 people, and we really love each other. So we support each other. It started with us each getting maybe 10,000 steps, but once one person upped the ante, then other people did it. Now people that were barely getting 10,000 steps a day are getting 30,000 steps a day.
Yeah, I mean, and I think we're all just keeping everyone healthy. I think we have, Lucia, are you still on the line?
I'm still here.
All right, we have Gabriella from Brookville.
Oh, Gabriella.
And how is everybody over there?
Guapo's okay.
Bueno, Gabriella.
How is everybody over there? Are you doing your steps right now? Because I'm walking my stairs.
Hey, no cheating.
We should be doing this on treadmills.
Yes, where's the treadmill?
I'm doing
So you guys are falling behind already. This radio show is pushing you back.
Well, that's it. It's like, oh my gosh, I have to go to the bathroom. So
you can run home or walk home.
So Gabriella, right? So Gabriella, thank you for calling in. So we know you get a lot of your.
Who has more steps?
We know you get the most steps moving furniture and cleaning.
I know.
Yeah,
Yes.
like that happens.
And running
I'm making Facebook videos.
So tell me so being involved, I brought you into this group. So, Lucia's on the line.
I really appreciate I want you involved me in this group.
And tell us what it's done for you. What these people have done for you in this group.
Changed my life completely. I was the type of woman who was in the couch all the time. As I bought my Fitbit, I was very motivated by Darlene Pergola.
You left your burritos in Mexico.
I did. So I was just highly motivated to this wonderful, gorgeous woman. I bought my Fitbit. No, actually, I didn't buy my Fitbit. My husband gave me the Fitbit. He tried to say something to me. So I involved in this group.
There was a little hint.
Okay.
What?
There's a little hint.
Yes. Anyway, so I'm moving. It's just, I feel wonderful. I feel light. I lose weight. It's just motivation. It's just being with this group, with these moms.
Very positive, good
Amazing.
energy.
It's just positive. It's just, for me, it's like a little bit hard because they walk like a 40,000 or 42,000. I'm like 10,000 steps, 12,000. If I'm lucky, I'm like 40,000 steps. But still, they did something for me. I love them. I just love this girl.
Well, Gabrielle and I get a lot around the house. We come up with things around the house because we're not as outdoorsy as these guys. I'll watch a movie and just walk around in circles around my den and do 5 miles that way while I watch a movie.
And we don't mind doing laundry now.
So I'm going to
and my laundry. I sort my socks one at a time.
So
I walk around the den one at a time.
You said you were putting paper clips away one at a time.
Yes, I put paper clips away one at a time at work. I mail things one at a time at work. You got to
I'm sure your boss loves that.
Desk job, how to get up and get moving more.
I hope your boss is not listening.
So now he knows. He watches me and they laugh at me. They literally are like, "Okay, what's she doing now?" And I'm like,
Catherine just passed me. I got to get her. Nope, I have a chance this week. I'm not giving up.
I'm going
And
to
they
get
just
lunch.
laughed at me.
Ordering
So
lunch.
It'll take you a week to put all the paper clips away. It sounds like.
What, you're going to the
Sometimes it
bathroom
takes all
again? What's
day.
going on?
But that what's the beauty of this is the empowerment, right, and the support that you give one another, because
Right.
obviously you motivate each other,
Mhm.
but then there's a support, and then it turns over to competitiveness too.
Oh,
It
yeah.
It goes back and forth,
It
which is the
does.
beauty,
Exactly.
which
I
is the
don't feel that.
magic. You don't feel it?
No, I
What was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and then you start walking.
Oh, it was who
Wait
was
a minute, Steve. Me and you used to stay up to midnight competing, and you're like, no, you're not getting it. And I used to do the same thing.
See,
Definitely
we
have
get the truth
competitive
out of
in you.
here, Steve,
Yeah.
buddy boy.
She
This is-
confuses me walking home from the local pub to that.
Well, I do that too.
You do.
No more driving.
That's
what, Gabriella?
responsible.
Gabriella, what was that?
That is the Guapo is talking right now.
Yes, that's
Guapo, yeah.
Guapo.
He's in the radio too.
Yes,
Yeah,
I am.
we got everybody here.
He's right here, Gabriella. Too bad you're not here.
Over there.
See, if you walk to the station, you would be almost halfway in the challenge.
See, Guapo is a name that Gabby gave me. I had to look it up on Facebook to find out what it meant.
Okay,
But I love it now.
Let me guess. I made your day.
Yes, you did. You made my week,
You
my
make
month,
his
and my
life,
year.
Gabriella. His life.
But like in all honesty, you know, the Fitbit really is a unique device. It really brings people together. I know people have the iWatch, but you know, I highly recommend it for someone to get a Fitbit, because it is, if you don't go to a gym or if you work out at your home, you do need motivation. And you know, you find these groups. There's another group of moms that I have. I do a little bit better in with that one, but that's, you know, and that's okay. But, you know, it's the same thing. We're all moms, we're all busy, but you know, it's a wonderful connection out there that you can find it with the Fitbit. And I don't know, Steve, is there anything other than this out there that's other than the iWatch that's as competitive?
Not in the same way.
Right.
And I want to touch on something that Lou said about
Okay.
her motivation and how she wasn't feeling well. One motivation is competing with people with steps, and that truly is
correct.
But another one is like Lou was saying, how she felt bad and how she didn't want to do it anymore. But the first thing that goes through your mind is that all of a sudden I won't be with these people anymore. And so now it's not about the steps anymore. It's about the groups and the friends you have, and you want to stay part of it. So yeah, it's about the exercise, but really it's about the fellowship and friendship. That's what adds the dimension that makes this different than any of the other things, because you'd always compete in a gym and stuff.
Right.
But really, do you belong to the Fitbit group, our group, because of the steps? Or do you just like the people?
No, definitely not, because we became friends also.
You know, and in the
group.
gym, no one talks to each other. It's like,
No,
it's not
Right.
friendly. You know, you do this and you watch the TV or you listen to music, and everybody's like in and out.
Unless you're very motivated.
Unless you're very motivated, but everybody kind of has their own regimen.
That's right.
This, you
But
guys,
if one of us get quiet, like somebody will
What's
be like,
up?
Lucia, where are you? Are you okay? What's going on? You know, like we notice when something's going on in each other's life, and we reach out and we're like, we're here for you. What do you need? I mean, I'll be honest with you, my mother-in-law passed away, and they showed up at her wake. That's the kind of friendship we became.
We love you.
That was amazing. I wanted to cry because of that.
Right.
I was like,
we did.
what are you doing here? Oh my God. I mean, that's the kind of friendship
And
we
we were
have
like,
developed
but
in
how
this.
do we
anyone
not
can come,
support her?
right, and
We love her at this
right.
point.
And anyone can be a part of it. And you're right, Steve. You know, with the gym, it's you can do so much at a gym. But the good thing, and you do have to add in with your steps, is resistance training, and you do have to get that weight training in too. You lose steps, but you need that, because with the steps, you don't want to deplete your muscle, and you have to still gain muscle, and muscle burns fat. So, you know, it's an important balance that we're all trying to get. This is Double Vision. If anybody would like to call in, please do so at 631-955-5400. Have we persuaded you, Steve, to be the
I'm getting
11th?
it. Okay, now I'm getting it. How much does this all cost? And like, you know,
Fitbits are reasonable.
Okay, how much?
So I think, you know, I have a Blaze, but I think they start at $150, even $99.
No, less.
Like
Yeah,
$99,
yeah.
and then an app.
Yeah.
And then the app. Okay,
And
and
then
where do you find them?
So
Some
you-
people listening out there.
Okay, so I think, well, I don't want to plug Fitbit, but okay, here I go. Fitbit.com, Kohl's, Target.
Wait, I was going to say Amazon. If you buy it on
Costco.
Amazon for like $7, you get a 3-year warranty.
There you go.
Or
Amazon.
Bed Bath Beyond, you get the
The
20% off coupons.
Yeah,
That works.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're always
You guys
doing
are
those.
good.
You can get them anywhere. Everybody sells them.
No, Gabriella, you don't have to leave just yet, do you?
No. If you excuse me me, guys. I have to go. I have to do more steps.
Okay.
Okay, see that?
What a beautiful
She
day
know-
you
to
do.
everybody. I need to walk. I need my steps. I love you
We
all.
love
see
you,
you, Gabby.
Gabriella. Thank you.
Bye, Gab. And I love. Bye-bye.
All right, so we're winding down.
And we're going to check her steps to make sure
We are
that
going to
she's
check her
getting
steps. So we're checking her steps, Gabrielle. So winding down, I just want to say that, you know, I hope we've motivated you
I'm there.
to be
I'm
a part
there.
of this.
Definitely.
And
what's the key thing too is the support that you give one another. You can feel the love and the support and because you need that in this day and age.
Yeah. Well, he started the whole love and support thing.
Okay.
And then
Everything
one
is going
person
back to
reached
Steve.
out.
Yo.
No, wait,
Seriously,
actually,
I'm
mine went
into
back
it.
to Darlene, and somehow we ended up with Steve, and then Steve brought
Well,
Kathy in,
you
and
can
then I
never
don't
go
know where
wrong
it
with
all went,
Steve and
but
Darlene.
We
You
ended
can
up
never
with
go wrong with
everybody.
that.
So I think you want to finish that.
Yeah.
that
So
lovely
what
sentence?
I don't think this is the same of every group because I have cheated and gone to other groups occasionally. But I will say that I stopped
clapped her
cheating
way to the
because
top a
it
couple
wasn't
times.
satisfying me the way our group does because we have that
You're
camaraderie.
step satisfied.
Exactly. I'm
That's
step
interesting.
satisfied.
And I call people my stepsister and my stepsister. So, Lucia, we want to thank you for calling in. We want to thank Gabriella, everyone else that's involved in our challenges. Again, you can always find us on Facebook. I have something on there for Facebook. Steve, we're getting you involved.
Yes.
That is most important because we do want to change lives. We want to be there for people. We want to support people. Any last words?
Yeah, Claudia's winning the challenge, so we
Uh-oh.
gotta go.
All right,
and
we gotta
get
go.
some steps.
That's it. Claudia's in
They're
trouble.
walking home.
She's
They're leaving
sneaking
their
up
cars
on
there,
us.
those two.
We're gonna walk home from the pub tonight. Oh wait, shh.
Well, thank you very much. We're going to
Thank
switch
you, guys.
gears and end
Peace.
the show
Thank you.
because on Monday is Martin Luther King Day.
Yep.
And we really need to honor the man for everything that he's done through the years and the effects that he's made for this community because we're still in a divide. We're still bringing communities together. That's very, very important. 2 quotes from Martin Luther King. I want to play a little clip from the kid president. You got to listen to this little kid. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Also, Martin Luther King said, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, have to keep moving forward. And we have, those are words to live by. And we're going to end this show by listening to Kid President real quick.
Okay, so real quick, I just wanted to say that Martin Luther King Jr. was the most important voice of the American civil rights movement, which worked for equal rights for all. King was also a Baptist minister. He was assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee, when he was just 39 years old. Martin Luther King Day is a federal holiday held on the third Monday of January, and it celebrates the life and achievements of Martin Luther King Jr., an influential American civil rights leader.
Wonderful, wonderful. Check out Kid President and his words about Martin Luther King.
Once upon a time, there's a man named Martin Luther King Jr. It's funny to think about because now we know his name so well, but at one time, he was just a kid. Martin Luther King grew up to be a great man, of course, but things weren't all that great in the world while he was growing up. Not everybody was treated like they were somebody, and I believe that you should treat everybody like it's their birthday, but they didn't do that. People looked at the color of their skin. And that's how they decided if they were friends or not. Not cool, man. That didn't make him feel good. That didn't make anybody feel good. But his parents helped him grow up. He went to church. He learned about love. He grew up to be a minister to help a lot of people. He did all sorts of cool stuff. He helped a lot of people learn about love, too. But still, he looked around and said, things should be better. He wanted to change things, so he did stuff. He decided, instead of spreading the hate, he would spread the love. He wanted to bring people together. Where people were hurting, he stepped in to help. He marched with them. He walked with them. He walked arm in arm with everyone. Sometimes it didn't go well, but he kept going. Sometimes he ended up in prison, but he kept going. Some people didn't like him, but he kept going. Some days were like, he kept going. Love does that. It just keeps going, even when things are dark. And, well, I don't like this part of the story, but things did get pretty dark. Someone who didn't agree with him shot him. He died in April 1968. Now, kid president, why are you telling us this sad story? Come on. I know. I'm sorry, but it happened. I don't like that happened. Now, I gotta tell you something. When things aren't awesome, it can be tough. And things will always be awesome, but your response can be. Martin Luther King's response? It was awesome. Today, I just wanted us to think about this. Isn't it cool that we can change things? Like any of us, anybody. He dreamed and he changed things. And he dreamed and he kept sharing his dreams. They became not just his dream, a lot of people's dream. Like this one. I have a dream that little black boys and black girls will join hands with white boys and white girls and become sisters and brothers. That's a pretty good dream. Let's dream like that. That could change things.
The views, opinions, and statements expressed in the preceding program reflect the views of program contributors and do not necessarily reflect the views of WLIE Radio, its management, or its sponsors. For questions and comments, please send us an email at WLIE540AMradio@AOL.com or visit us at WLIE540AM.com.
Hi, I'm Pastor Bill Shishko, inviting you to tune in to a visit to the Pastor's Study every Saturday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. here on WLIE Radio. We bring biblically faithful pastoral